Sri Lanka is an island country in South Asia, located in the Indian Ocean southwest of the Bay of Bengal and southeast of the Arabian Sea. Sri Lanka has been called the Pearl of the Indian Ocean, because of its shape and location. It is geographically separated from the Indian subcontinent by the Gulf of Mannar and the Pak Strait. Sri Jalardinepurakat is its legislative capital, and Colombo is its largest city and center of commerce. Sri Lanka's documented history spans 3,000 years, with evidence of prehistoric human settlements dating back at least 125,000 years. It has a rich cultural heritage, and the first known Buddhist writings of Sri Lanka, the Pali Canon, date back to the 4th Buddhist Council in 29 BCE. Geographic location and deep harbors made it of great strategic importance from the time of the ancient Silk Road through to the modern maritime Silk Road. Its location as a major trading hub made it known to both the Far East as well as the European continent from as far back as the Anuradhapura period. The country's trade in luxury goods and spices attracted traders of many nations. It is the opinion of some scholars that when Hazrat Adam, peace be upon him, was taken out of paradise and placed in this world, he landed in Sri Lanka. Muslims and Christians, meanwhile, believe that footprint belongs to Prophet Adam. They believe when he taken out of paradise and placed on earth, Prophet Adam, peace be upon him, cried a lot. Coincidentally, Sri Lanka resembles the shape of a teardrop. There is a place equally revered by several religions, the Adam's Peak, or Sri Pada, the Holy Footprint, in Sri Lanka. Buddhism is the largest and is considered as an official religion of Sri Lanka. Buddhism is practiced by 70.2% of the Sri Lankan's population, with most being predominantly from their Theravada school of thought. Hinduism is the second most prevalent religion and predates Buddhism. Islam is the third most prevalent religion in the country, having first been brought to the island by Arab traders over the course of many centuries. Sri Lankan literacy rate is 92.5%. Sri Lanka has one of the most literate populations amongst developing nations. Its youth literacy rate stands at 98.8%, computer literacy rate at 35%, and primary school enrollment rate at over 99%. An education system which dictates 9 years of compulsory schooling for every child is in place. Sri Lanka has approximately 9,675 government schools and 817 private schools and parivanas. Sri Lanka has 15 public universities. A number of private, degree-awarding institutions have emerged in recent times to fill in these gaps. The culture of Sri Lanka is influenced primarily by Buddhism and Hinduism. Ancient Sri Lanka is marked for its genius in hydraulic engineering and architecture. The British colonial culture has also influenced the locals. The rich cultural traditions shared by all Sri Lankan cultures is the basis of the country's long life expectancy, advanced health standards and high literacy rate. The earliest music in Sri Lanka came from theatrical performances such as Kalam, Silkari and Nadagam. Traditional music instruments such as bara, thamadama, dhala and rabin were performed at these dramas. The history of Sri Lankan painting and sculpture can be traced as far back as to the 2nd or 3rd century BCE. National sport is volleyball. By far the most popular sport in the country is cricket. Rugby union also enjoys extensive popularity, as do association football, netball and tennis. Aquatic sports such as boating, surfing, swimming. According to the International Monetary Fund, Sri Lanka's GDP in terms of purchasing power parity is the second highest in the South Asian region in terms of per capita income. In the 19th and 20th centuries, Sri Lanka became a plantation economy famous for its production and export of cinnamon, rubber, and Ceylon tea, which remains a trademark national export. The country's main economic sectors are tourism, tea export, clothing, rice production, and other agricultural products. Sri Lanka has an extensive road network for inland transportation. With more than 100,000 kilometers, 62,000 miles, of paved roads, it has one of the highest road densities in the railway network, operated by the state-run national railway operator Sri Lanka Railways, spans 1,447 kilometers, 900 miles. Sri Lanka also has 3 deep-water ports at Colombo, Gale, and Trincomalee, in addition to the newest port being built at Hambantota. Pakistan-Sri Lanka relations refer to bilateral relations between Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Both countries are located in South Asia. Recently, the Prime Minister of Pakistan Imraaan Khan visited Sri Lanka. For that reason both Pakistan and Sri Lanka relations, which are generally warm, have gone into strong tie recently. Pakistan has offered a $50 million new credit line to Sri Lanka for cooperation in the field of defense and security. The announcement was made by Prime Minister Imraaan Khan. The two sides called for stronger partnership in matters related to security, terrorism, organized crime and drug and narcotics trafficking, as well as intelligence sharing, according to the joint communiqué. Pakistan would provide Rs 52 million for promotion of sports in Sri Lanka, according to the communiqué. Prime Minister Imraaan Khan at an interactive session with the sports community of Sri Lanka announced the commissioning of the Imraan Khan High Performance Sports Centre in Colombo. Pakistan also announced plans to establish Asian Civilization and Culture Centre at the University of Peradeniya at the Sri Lankan resort of Kandy. Pakistan also announced 100 scholarships in the field of medicines as part of the Pakistan-Sri Lanka Higher Education Cooperation Program. During the visit, the Prime Minister held delegation-level meetings with President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and his counterpart Mahinda Rajapaksa. Imraan Khan reiterated Pakistan's support for the socio-economic development of Sri Lanka in line with the vision of a peaceful neighborhood. The two sides reviewed the extensive engagement in promoting cultural linkages, human resource development and capacity building in diverse areas besides educational and technological cooperation. High Commissioner of Sri Lanka Vice Admiral Mohan Wijuakrama said that Prime Minister Imraan Khan is a role model for many in Sri Lanka as a cricketer and statesman. He was talking to media after officially opening Sri Lankan Tourist Information Centre in the city. Honorary Consul, designated, Yes Enjoya and other officials from the Sri Lankan Embassy were also present on the occasion. He said the recent visit of Prime Minister Imran would be helpful in promoting bilateral relations between Pakistan and Sri Lanka.